You wanted this. Let's not forget it. You wanted this. Okay, who is next?
Everyone, we're ready their choice.
Just leading the podcast.
We don't need another broken elbow. Add in the clip of the elbow.
Do I go? I am Jasmine Elizabeth. I am your favorite bougie coach, okay? And I'm a visionary. I can see things 10 steps ahead before anybody else. And I think that that has really helped a lot with the growth of WFABB. Bougie and bossy, right?
Bougie and bossy.
Bougie and bossy, okay. I've heard this one time where you are not a boss unless you put somebody else in a position to become a boss. And I feel like that's what I'm mainly passionate about with everything that I do in my life. I want to put people in a position to win. I love to express myself in a way where people can really see my point of view, right? So in a positive way. Take my phone because this needs to be recorded. Everything, guys, make sure that everything gets recorded, okay? And something about me is I'm creative. Like I'm always just an explorer. I'm always listening to music, looking at videos. Like, how can I make my vision become a reality? Make sure you get the shoe.
Okay, great. So today we're going to talk about the leader of the pack that crumbled shortly after this video, Jasmine Elizabeth, somebody I would totally listen to for business advice, boss babe advice. With that attitude, absolutely. Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Christine. Welcome to Where Are They Now? WFABB Part 3. And today we're going to talk about Jasmine. There is a lot to say about her, so I believe that this video will be just about her. There are still a lot of people coming in that series. It is interesting because I cannot remember half of these people, but I will take a look and I'm not sure what kind of updates I have on them, so it makes sense to focus on Jasmine today, and in the next video might be a compilation of multiple people because I don't know what they're doing at the time. Like I said, I even forgot they existed. After this hill over heels, hell on wheels, buffoonery over wheels, whatever the show was actually called, they even exchanged the people speaking on the WFABB podcast. I also made videos about that. I will link the WFABB playlist here if you're interested in this. They even exchanged those people rather quickly, to the degree that while the show was being aired on their podcast, they already had to exchange multiple people. So many people left really, really quickly, and Jasmine was the one who was still trying to make this work. Although this group was already crumbling, and we saw that with the changed artwork of their podcast. Jasmine was the head of the bunch, one of the co-founders of WFABB, already back then in Monat. Together with another Monat distributor, Kelly, she actually created this group, WFABB. And the reason why this group of ladies is so infamous is because she, back then in Monat, got outed by that co-founder, by her former friend Kelly, for being a mean girl who wanted to leave Monat for iGenius, but she and her top people were still recruiting people until the very last day. Now, Kelly outed this on her Instagram, and she also outed that Jasmine was in iGenius before, it might have been a different name, that she had connections there, and that she pretty much screwed her team over back then as well. That is alleged. I do not know if that is truthful, but I wouldn't put it beyond her that she, as the leader, wanted to profit, or as it might have been called back then, wealth generators or Cubera. So she already had connections to iGenius, and because her paycheck was crumbling, she decided that she wanted to leave Monat for iGenius and take as many people with her as possible. She and her leaders on the team were not able to do that anymore. She also, that was my impression, pretty much bullied Kelly out of the group. A lot of anti-MLM creators have reacted to that back then, and also to this famous Zoom call, at least in anti-MLM spheres, where they announced they were leaving Monat and their team was really, really unhappy. Their team felt betrayed. They gaslit their downline. They were pretty much yelling at them for recruiting people until the last second into Monat, pretending that everything was wonderful, pretending that they were having a blast there, pretending they were making so much money, when in reality the reason that they wanted to leave was because Jasmine dropped a lot of ranks. She lost a lot of money, then she climbed up back in the ranks, but the paycheck wasn't the same anymore for her and for the top people. And understandably, the team was upset. They then left for iGenius, but because of what happened before, because they got outed before, because of that horrible Zoom call, I suspect that she wasn't able to take as many people with her to iGenius. I suspect that a lot of people stayed in Monat and didn't follow the pack. Shortly after they joined iGenius, they also made this head over heels, hill over heels show with the weirdest title on planet Earth, because what is that even supposed to mean? And then not too long after, the group started to crumble. Lots of people left the group for other network marketing companies, or they left network marketing altogether. And I believe that WFABB crumbled so quickly back then, quicker than in Monat, because the people likely lost a lot of money, thousands of dollars within a short period of time, because it is really pricey if you want to join iGenius. They were pushing the priciest pack, so very likely the people lost thousands of dollars rather quickly, couldn't afford that lifestyle anymore, and then left. Now, what did Jasmine do after she saw that WFABB was crumbling? I believe that her paycheck in iGenius was also down. She wasn't seeing the money she saw in Monat in the earlier times. She wasn't able to see the money anymore at the starting time in iGenius, when you still have the ability to get certain bonus payments because you join with a big team. Paychecks were crumbling, and that is why some of the leaders in WFABB started to sell MRR-Courses. And they promoted that together. I think another stream of income they had to have to keep up their lifestyle, because network marketing wasn't working out for them anymore. It wasn't in Monat, and it also wasn't in iGenius. This other stream of income is selling MRR-Courses, Master Resell Rights courses. Another stream of income selling the UBC. That is the Ultimate Branding course that you can purchase from her for typically $500 with Master Resell Rights, where the seller can keep 100% of the profit. In the end, MRR-Courses are courses designed to sell, and it's not about the actual course. Another way of scummy sales, in my opinion. Jasmine still to this very day goes hard on the MRR-Courses. I'm on the mailing list of the UBC courses, and I get inspirational and truly professional emails about the success MRR can bring, plus the alleged success stories. This is the latest example of these emails. If you've seen one, you've seen them all, honestly. Imagine waking up, checking your phone, and seeing income notifications from your personal brand, the one you built from scratch. How do you build it from scratch, though, when you buy a course and then sell a course that somebody else created? Sounds too good to be true? Yeah, because it is too good to be true. It is not. Well, it is. With UBC brand, this can really be your reality. The truth is, everyone has a story, and when you learn to share yours in the right way, you can build a brand that connects and converts. UBC gives you a step-by-step system to grow your brand, strategies to monetize your social media without being salesy, methods to attract the perfect audience who's ready to buy from you. And then the email continues with such an alleged success story. It is the typical, you built your own brand, we have a solution for you. Oh, and by the way, here's a totally legitimate success story from a satisfied customer. That is what all of the emails really look like. And Jasmine, our mastermind, also has to be very successful, with her allegedly making over $500,000 in 2024. Now, I do not know if that is Canadian or US dollars, because she is Canadian. She moved from Toronto to Miami, but she alleges that she was able to make $500,000. I do not know if you've seen part 1 and part 2 of the WFABB series. I will link it up here down below. They're also in the WFABB playlist, but Jasmine really focuses at the moment on those MRR-Courses. And if you've seen part 2 of this series, then you've also seen the fake podcasting style her friend Dramus does, who is also selling those courses. They're combining forces, and they're selling courses together. That rhymes, that wasn't planned. She and Dre go hard trying to sell those courses on Instagram in this fake podcast style that I pointed out in part 2 as well. They're spewing a lot of nonsense in those fake podcast bits in the hopes, I believe, to get some sound bites that then could go viral, that would allow them to extend their audience and then sell to that extended audience. That is what I believe is happening here, because they do need to sell to an ever-growing audience as well to get more eyes on those courses, because the market for those is really, really saturated. And they're pretty much doing what they already did in network marketing, but now with selling those courses. Get more eyes on the products because market saturation is real. For shits and giggles, let's also take a look at some of Jasmine's podcasting attempts. I will move on over, and then we will take a look at a couple of them as well.
Money is everywhere. We've just been conditioned to believe there's only one way to get it. You were taught to work for money, but you were never taught how money actually works. You were told to follow the system, but you were never told who that system was really built for. And here's the truth. Money isn't hard to get. It's always moving. But if you don't understand it, you'll always be at the mercy of someone who does. So stop chasing money and start learning how to position yourself where it flows. Because once you do that, nobody can take it from you.
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking it too, right? So much nonsense, so much word salad. Yes, so much inspirational speak. And also, if you make a lot of money and you know how to position yourself, other people can take it away from you. Nonetheless, you could get robbed, or you could be in a scam, or spend a lot of money on MRR courses. A lot of nonsense. And if you saw episode 2, you might also recognize that she and Dre very likely are filming in the very same space. They might share an office place or an Instagram filming space with appealing backgrounds, like a set, like a photo set, or like a video set, probably. It is the same background and it is the same fake podcast style. No guests are there. They're just talking into the void in the hopes to get some sound bites that might sound good for an inexperienced audience, because true business people very likely just laugh at that. What is wild to me is that these two have also not evolved over the past 2 years. This speech, what Jasmine said there about money is available for everybody, you just need to learn how to attract it, and then you'll be good to go and nobody can ever take it from you. Money is there in abundance, but you need to know how to attract it. That really reminded me of something Dre said. I reacted to her 2 years ago in an MLM top fails video. It reminded me of the very same crap that Dre said back then, trying to get her audience back then to join iGenius to learn about money and money flow. Now they are both doing that, and Jasmine is doing that, not necessarily to attract people to iGenius anymore, but to attract people to buy her MRR courses. They haven't evolved a bit. Back then, they used that kind of verbiage, and Dre also used that verbiage to try and get people to buy into iGenius, and now Jasmine and Dre as well, they're using the very same speech to try and get people to purchase their $500 MRR courses. There hasn't been a lot of development. Granted, there hasn't been a lot of development from my end either, because I loved reacting to those bits back then, and I still do to this very day.
You want to have more money, then you got to be careful of how you speak about money, because the words that you use are seeds. So when you say things like, I don't have enough money, or that's expensive, you are literally harvesting that. You're harvesting that will be expensive for you. Every word is a seed, so be careful of the seeds that you are planting, because they will come to harvest. So make sure you're planting the right kinds of seeds. Say things like, money comes to me easily. I am a money magnet, and anytime money leaves me, more money is on its way. And that's what we'll harvest for you.
Words are seeds. What are you harvesting? Tag 2 friends. P.S. It's the excessive use of hands for me. That's the passion. Well, for me, it's the excessive use of bullcrap language, and where you try to tell people if they just manifest it long enough and strong enough that people will be successful. Your words are seeds is in a way true, in my opinion. If you're always super negative and you always throw negative verbiage and language at other people, eventually that will not really pay off for you. But it is interesting to me that somebody who is in a financial literacy platform says, money comes to me easily and words are seeds, so be careful how you use your words. Aren't you supposed to be there to tell people and to teach people how to make money in iGenius while using your platform? Yet I have to manifest that? It doesn't sound right. Your words are seeds. And if you say the words, money comes to me easily, if I spend money, the money will come back to me just as easily, I don't think that's how this works. Right? That's not how this works. Money comes to me easily. Money comes to me easily. I'm a money magnet. Words are seeds. Oh, you're right as well. Money comes to me easily. Words are seeds. That's actually the best advice I've ever heard. Grow, little baby, grow. Let's listen to one more inspirational bit from Jasmine. I cannot take a lot more than this. I already listened to a lot from Dre. I cannot handle much more. One more item from Jasmine to see how she wants to sell MRR-Courses with another inspirational piece.
Don't cancel your business just because people you know don't support you. The world is full of strangers who are cheering you on.
No. Why would any strangers cheer you on when you're trying to sell them a course? They're strangers. They don't know you. That is one of this fakery they're always spreading. They have a good amount of followers on social media. They have a lot of accounts, which is not sketchy at all. But they have a good amount of following, and she and Dre were in network marketing companies. And she, spoiler, still is in a network marketing company. That means she has a built-in audience. I do believe that she used her audience, her built-in audience in network marketing, trying to sell them on those MRR courses as well, pretending that if you buy those, you can finally be really successful. You can also create a side income, but it can also help you to build your brand in a network marketing company. Strangers will not buy from you. Those MRR modules are also modules that will show you how you can build your social media rather quickly on Instagram and TikTok. It's not that hard to understand what you have to do, especially on TikTok, but those are not necessarily people, if you build up an audience quickly, that will buy from you. People will follow you, not necessarily because of the person you are on TikTok, for example, but because of the content that you put out. They might like that, but that doesn't mean that they will purchase from you if they're not genuinely interested in you. So that is one of the lies that they always spread. There are not a lot of strangers out there who want to buy from you. If you don't build a genuine audience, people will not purchase from you. And if you want to sell them $500 courses, a stranger is not cheering you on and they're not waiting for you to sell them those courses.
Let me shift your perspective here. Some people can't see your growth because they're too used to the old you. They don't see your talent. They see the version of you they are used to. That doesn't mean you're not impactful. It just means you've outgrown their perspective.
So that means focus on strangers trying to sell them those sketchy courses and not the people around you if they don't want to buy the courses, or if they tell you, hey, what you're doing there, it looks quite scammy to me. Maybe consider, maybe it's not a good look. Maybe this is a sketchy thing. Maybe don't sell those courses. And you want to avoid criticism. That's what I read from this. Don't listen to the people closest to you, who know you, who love you, who might want to really help you and support you and not becoming that kind of person. Don't listen to them. Rather focus on strangers.
And the strangers, they see your value because they're not clouded by history. They're not watching with bias or ego or even envy. They're watching with belief.
Why? If they're strangers, how do I not know that they don't have a bias? Every human being has a bias. Every person can be envious. Every person can be ugly at times and wonderful. Why? Because they're strangers? No, because you need to cut out the people closest to you who warn you that you might do something sketchy, or that you might not want to pay $500 for an MRR course from a serial MLM.
And sometimes the biggest proof that you are walking in purpose is that people who've never met you are rooting for you the loudest.
And all of this nonsense to sell $500 courses. That is really sad. And I can truly not take any more at the moment of these inspirational podcast style pieces of content. They're so hollow. They're so empty. They're just packed with a lot of words. That is truly word salad at its best. I have mentioned it before, MRR, although Jasmine goes really hard on these, is not her only stream of income. It looks like she still has to have various streams of income to finance her lifestyle. After Monat and after iGenius, she joined Farmasi, that is a Turkish network marketing company. They're selling drugstore-priced makeup and products. That's what they like to claim. They're not drugstore price. I don't know what drugstore is closest to you, but those are double the prices of drugstore. But that is the network marketing company she is in. And she is now also reunited there with her former Monat Huns and even her former Monat upline Christy Stone, jumping from one MLM to the other. The big problem I see here is that if you don't treat your team well, as WFABB did when they left Monat, the group of people following you is shrinking and your paycheck and income are getting smaller and smaller every time you jump ship and every time you get to a new MLM. Time, anti-MLM content, bad Hun behavior over time, in my opinion, are chipping away from the amount of people you can recruit. The pool of potential recruits gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and I think that she is feeling that as well, and that is why she has to focus on selling MRR as well. So she's not just doing the one or the other, she's doing both, Farmasi and MRR. Like I said, Jasmine goes hard on selling those MRR courses, just like Dre does as well, her friend. And just like Dre, as I exposed in the last WFABB video, Jasmine Elizabeth is lying to us as well. You might not be surprised about that, but she's lying to us and she's proving that in her uploads, in her videos. In Monat and in iGenius, Jasmine pretended that she was so successful, that she was a boss babe, that she was making so much money, only to admit later, when it fit her purpose to sell those MRR courses, that she was actually a kept girlfriend and her boyfriend at the time was paying for their lifestyle. He was paying for the fancy apartment, for the designer bags, for the pricey car. She was a kept girlfriend, and that's why she was able to afford the lifestyle she presented on social media as a success story connected to her network marketing activities. But then, with MRR, she finally became a boss babe in her own right and financially independent. She was super proud of that. She was also able to finance parts of her parents' life, her mother's life, and as shown earlier, she alleges that she made $500,000 in 2024. The reason why I have a problem to believe her is because of that history of lying. I do take everything every network marketer says when claiming how successful they are in a network marketing company, how successful they are because they sell so much product and everybody loves the team and they're the most successful people in the company because they are that achieved business person. I tend to take everything they say with a grain of salt, and then when there is online proven history of them having lied before to push the first business opportunity and the one before, and then they get outed and they admit, yeah, I lied about that, I take things with an additional grain of salt. Now, just a couple of days ago, I will show you this on the side, Jasmine flew to Dubai. Just a couple of days ago, as of the day that I'm filming this video, and she posted her success because now she flies Emirates Airline first time in business class. And that kind of behavior makes me believe that she is still not as successful as she pretends. Why would you fly Emirates business to Dubai for the first time, now in 2025, when you are that successful, when MRR is that successful, when your business endeavor in Farmasi is that successful, alleging that she was the third most successful person in Canada at the time? She is in Dubai a lot. And I simply do not believe her. I simply don't. Could be right, I could be completely wrong, but I don't believe her. She seems to me like the person that would post every financial success publicly, business trips, designer bags, to make her courses and network marketing endeavors more appealing. So if she were successful enough before to spend the money on a business trip from either the United States or Canada to Dubai, then I'm of the opinion she would have posted this before. I simply do not believe her that she is that successful, because I believe just for performance reasons, she, if she could, would fly business or first class all the time. Oh, and in good old MLM tradition style, we also then need to make a video on the airplane in the more exclusive part to show that we really did it. Nothing to see here, all is good, everything is well. But then she also tells us on the plane that her course, her UBC course, is currently available on sale.
All right, guys, before we head out to Dubai, I want to let you guys know what is going to be going down in the next couple of days with UBC. Let me put things into perspective. We have never had a sale ever. We created UBC in September 2023 and never discounted it, never had a sale, never, ever had it. Tomorrow is going to be the first time UBC will be on sale for $150 off, okay? This starts tomorrow at 12 p.m. EST and will be ending Monday midnight, 11:59 p.m. So if you've been watching UBC, now is the time to get started, all right? So if you want to get started with my mentorship, comment 150 below. I'm going to give you more information so that you are prepared for tomorrow's sale, because it's not going to be here ever again for this low. This is the first and last time we will ever have $150 off, okay? So run, don't walk.
Now let's see if this is really a one-time thing, that now for the first time they're having UBC on sale and this is really just to attract more potential customers to currently sell more courses, or this is something that they will do regularly. We see this with network marketing companies who at the moment have to come out with incentives left and right. Sign up, we're waiving the sign up fee, you're getting the business bundles for cheaper, you're getting something on exclusive sale, we've never been this cheap. iGenius does that at the moment. I'm of the opinion if a company does well, then they don't need to go on sale. And let's see if this was a one-time offer, as she says, or if UBC is on sale and has to go on sale regularly also in the future. Let's keep an eye out for that. And while in Dubai, in typical boss babe fashion, Jasmine cannot just relax. She has to create content and she has to share that there will be exclusive access to a webinar, and she has to do that while she's on this trip in Dubai, because in network marketing and also apparently selling those courses, you can never relax. You can never take time off. You always have to be in front of a camera. This is a good example of that.
Tomorrow is the day. We are having one of our biggest webinars. The last time we had a webinar, we had over 5,000 people attend this live webinar, and we're having it again. If you are someone who has been wanting to know more about UBC, more about how to make money online, more about actually becoming financially independent as a woman, you need to be on tomorrow's webinar, okay? We're gonna be having a special offer, and we won't have an exclusive offer like this for a very long time, okay? The people that are able to get this exclusive offer, they have to be on the webinar, okay? You have to come on the webinar and watch our webinar live tomorrow at 12 p.m. EST. We're going to be talking about all the new updates that we will be bringing to UBC. We're going to have testimonials in there. We're going to talk about the new modules. We're going to talk about everything, how UBC is going to help you make money online. So if you want to register ASAP, limited seats only, okay? Comment webinar below, and I'll see you tomorrow at 12 p.m. EST.
This could have been a part of the series Hans in Cars. I mean, obviously she had somebody filming her, or she had the camera popped up on the car, which is better than Hans driving, not really paying attention to the road, struggling to focus the camera on them, having kids in the back, but still, it's dangerous. Maybe don't do these things. And when you go somewhere because you want to take time off, why not just take time off? But you can truly never do that in network marketing because you need to recruit and you need to build and you need to rebuild over and over again. And in MRR course selling, I think the very same situation happens rather quickly. You need to attract a new audience regularly. That means you need to sell to new people regularly. And with market saturation, as I believe is happening with MRR courses and also in network marketing, you struggle and you need to work around the clock. Some things, in my opinion, never change. She is still hustling. She is still pretending. She is still in a network marketing company and she is still selling MRR. And whenever I say MRR, RRR, I have to think about one of my former dogs, Xero. If I have a picture of him, I will insert it as well. Whenever he wanted treats, whenever he was excited, that was the exact sound he made. And I have to stop myself from laughing whenever I film these MRR videos. And now you cannot unsee or unhear it as well, I think. MRR, RRR. Whenever he wanted a treat, that was his way of saying, hey, I'm ready, give me dog candy, MRR. Sounds like a seal as well, but that was Xero. I still have a lot more WFABB members or former members to go through. Those are, I think, the lesser known, so I will have to take a look what I find about them. I haven't done my research yet. This was the video about Jasmine, who I believe is the most prominent one. But now we're going to dive into new territory. And maybe the upcoming WFABB Where Are They Now videos can also be a reminder for you who was in that group. It was so many people, it is really wild. If you liked this video, then subscribe. That way you don't miss any of the other WFABB updates or videos from me in general. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment something down below. That helps the channel out a lot. And if you like these types of videos, then hopefully I will see you in my next one. Until then, cheers!